Good morning, Leos. How are you guys doing? It's 8:04 a.m. We are doing your reading. I am doing your reading. So, how is it going, Leo? How are you? You know, I love my Leos. I really do. You guys are just really show up for me, and you know, my heart is out to you guys. I really cherish you, and so does Harry the Capricorn. He cherishes you too. If he could talk, I mean, we have a psychic connection. I know what he's feeling. He loves. Yeah, he's looking. He loves you guys. So yeah, Leo, I'm using Tarot of the Abyss for the main deck. I know, no Tarot of the Mystical Moments, no new deck. I'm going to turn the light on. You're like, what is going on? What's wrong with Stacy? She always uses the same deck. No, I'm going to change it up. Tarot of the Abyss for the main deck, Dreamscape Tarot for the clarifying deck. The links to these decks can be found down below in the description box. Just trying to make it easier for you curious little kittens to get your adorable little mittens on them, or check them out. Not my decks, just trying to make it easier. And as always, Leo, like I said, thank you for supporting for the channel, and for all my new viewers, welcome. And if you're feeling our vibe, please feel free to like and subscribe. I always appreciate that. You know, it's a dog-eat-dog world on YouTube. It really is. It really is. Yeah, I am pushing through this week's Zodiac. I'm getting these done early, and then I'm also going to be recording Wednesday and Thursday next week's Zodiac. And I want to do bonus reads, but I'm leaving to Barcelona on Friday. And then my 13-year-old is turning 14 on June 27th. So I'm taking him. We're doing like a Mediterranean cruise, and then afterwards we're going to go up to Paris for 4 days. I studied French for almost 11 years. You would think, you know, I've never actually been there. So yeah, we're taking this opportunity to go up to Paris. I don't know why I'm giving you my itinerary, but there it is. So when we're on the cruise, I can do videos because I have the internet and stuff. But when we're in Paris, for so many reasons, I won't be able to record it all. So I'm just trying to get enough to upload. I can upload, but not record. So yeah, you might see some like, wait, some things are here, some things are over there, but that's what's going on, Leo. That is what's going on. All right, my dears, like Three of Swords, and we have the Justice. Both Libra energy, interesting enough. Three of Swords, you know what that feels like is karma. I have to say it. I honestly don't take pleasure in people's pain. I really don't. I don't. Even enemies, you know. I don't like to see people hurt, but this feels like karma, and somebody might be enjoying it. Three of Swords, well, Six of Swords, yep, Two of Wands. Leo, I'm ready. I'm ready to make a decision. Leo, wait. There, Lovers Reverse, Six of Swords. Yeah, you left, and now they're over here in the Three of Swords, Justice, Four of Wands, Knight of Pentacles. Leo's just like, you know what? You should have taken advantage of it when you had it. All right, that could just be a little small storyline for a Leo out there. That could end up being the main read. We don't know. It's exciting. We don't know what's going to happen, do we? All right, general energy for my Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. If you are a Leo, know a Leo, feel like being a Leo. Well, Leos, I'm so glad you're here. But you can be a Leo and this resonates. You can be dealing with a Leo. Like, you can be watching this and be like, tarot reader, you got it all backwards. Leo did that to me. No, it's not backwards. It's just right. That means that's your storyline. And Leo did it to you. And Leo's the cross watcher. And Leo's a bad, bad boy or girl. And you probably should put Leo in their transformational box. But let's see how this goes. All right, Leos. General energy for my Leos. There it is. Ooh, Ace of Pentacles. A fruitful tree, that is. What is that? It just feels like abundance on that. What's influencing the Ace of Pentacles? What's influencing the Ace of Pentacles? What's influencing the Ace of Pentacles? Two cards. We have the Hanged One and the Ten of Pentacles. Some of you, man. First thing I'm getting is money feel. Ten of Pentacles is Virgo energy. The Hanged One is getting a perspective. It's interesting. The Hanged Man and the Hermit have a lot of similarities between the two. And that's Virgo. That's the reason I'm pulling the Hermit. Some of you have been studying, researching something. What I mean by that is maybe it's about starting a new job, starting a new business, maybe starting a YouTube channel. You've been working on something that, I gotta say, if you have been working on something, Leo, keep working on it. Ten of Pentacles. You are on the right track. The Hangman is getting that new perspective, and maybe it's within yourself, right? It's pulling yourself away to work to there's a big change on the horizon. I feel like, you know, a roller coaster, how I think of the hangman kind of is like the roller coaster where it's climbing and it's climbing and climbing, and right before it goes, that's the hangman. Not really moving forward, but you're kind of figuring out what you need to do. You can't go back. You don't want to go back. You don't want to slide backwards. You want to keep going forward, even if it's scary as you go down. Ace of Pentacles to Ten of Pentacles. I like that. Reason for the reading. Why are we all here today, Leo? Why are we all here today? Why are we all here today? The Awakening. That's an amazing read for whoever this is for. Judgment card. Again, you don't want to slide backwards. That's what you're waking up to. You don't want to go back. You don't want to settle for just a job. You want a purpose. You want a career. You want to make money when you're sleeping. You want real love. You want a strong foundation. You just want it better. What's in the past for my Leos? What's in the past for my Leos? What's in the past? It is Queen of Wands reverse. Leo. We don't need to have a talk because that's in the past. And knock on wood, that past energy, I'm not feeling it. Sure, you can read that as a past person. Let's ignore that, because you always have a past person's like clinger on level 10 in your readings. You're on your chariot and they're hanging onto your tailpipe kind of energy. Let's focus on Leo today, okay? Queen of Wands reverse. You know what that means? Lack of confidence. Queen of Wands reverse is afraid to be in the spotlight. They're afraid of being judged. They're afraid of what people think. They're afraid of, my gosh, if I try and I fail, what are they going to say? Well, what if you don't try at all? That's the definition of failure, being too afraid to even put yourself out there. Queen of Wands reverse is just, it's like afraid. And because she doesn't believe in herself. It's a lack of self-belief. But I feel whatever happened between this point and this point was kind of a Four of Cups, could be the Hangman, of realizing if I don't do something now, it's not going to get any better. And if I don't go back to school, if I don't put myself out there, you know, it's just like you're waking up to the reality that you do create your own destiny. If you wait forever for an opportunity to come along, you might be going through 3 lifetimes before that happens. This is actually, I feel, taking control. Being in the chariot and taking control of that driver in the driving position. What is on Leo's mind? What is on Leo's mind? What is on thy Leo's mind? What is it? Oh, 3. There's Libra again, the 3 of Swords. Fear of what people say. I feel like it's judgment and what people think. Some of you have a very secret weapon, what we call a really sharp skill. And people have no idea that you know how to do this, and you might feel judged about it. This is such a weird analogy, but let's just say you write tawdry and raunchy romance novels, okay? But you come from a bit of a Mormon family or a religious background. And people don't realize that under a pseudonym, you can do really well. I know it's a weird analogy. I get it. But 3 of Swords is, what I'm feeling is, what are people going to think? Does it matter if this ace is going to turn into 10, and with that is a 10 of Cups and a 9 of Pentacles and a Wheel of Fortune? And you know what? You have to stop caring what people think, because it's coming at the expense of your future, you know? Ace of Swords. I love that. And I don't see that card very often, especially upright. It is time. It is time, Leo. It is time. What is in the near future for my Leos? What is in the near future? Near future for my Leos. What is it? 2 of Cups reverse. And there it is, the 4 Cups. Whatever you're in, you feel disconnected from. 2 of Cups. I mean, it definitely, you can see a relationship in this, but I'd like to focus on the Leo themselves. But if you want a relationship, let's summarize the relationship, people. Ace of Pentacles, 10 of Pentacles, and the Hangman is the reason for the reading. And I feel like if you are in a current situation, you may have been tinkering, should I stay or should I go? Should I stay or should I go? I've invested so much. What if it's all going to go for nothing? And what I feel like with this Queen of Wands reverse, you could have been with somebody who has self-esteem issues. A lot of times people with self-esteem issues do tend to play the field. They get their outside validation. you know, to validate themselves inside, I should say, to validate themselves, they need outwardly validation from other people. I'm not saying they're sleeping with people, but they could seek a lot of attention. They could be jealous. They could be very insecure. Therefore, this could have been you as well. Queen of Wands reverse. Just being with somebody that didn't give you that proper security. You waking up to it to say, you know what, if I don't change this, Three of Swords, it's not going to get any better. So what you might be choosing to do is what I feel with that Ace of Swords and the Fool energy here. And okay. What I feel like is this is what you've been in a career, in your life, or in your relationship. That is the same along all the storylines. Boredom, apathy. I want the 10, but if you want the 10, you can't just sit there and wait for it to come. Because the problem is this guy's not even looking at anything. He's so used to just thinking everyone's just going to disappoint him. So why should I even try energy? So 2 of Cups reverse and 4 of Cups is maybe you're just tired of living like that, accepting less and trying to make the best of it. Energy, accepting less money, not being able to pay all my bills, but I'll pay the important bills. Or, you know, it's always trying to make a best of a bad situation. I just think you're done with that. I do. Now we have Justice. What's going on with Justice? Lady Justice, Libra. What's below that? And there's the 4 of Wands and then the Knight of Pentacles. Ooh. I gotta say, if this is a job, if some of you, let's just say you've been renting for a while, this feels like house, mortgage money. You know what I mean? Whatever this opportunity is, stick with it. If it's a new job and you feel like you're aligned to it, but you're not like where you want to be, stick with it. If this is a new business or a new business idea, stick with it and keep it going, because man, this feels like, I just wanted to say, some of you might be going from renting to buying a house, even this year. I know that sounds shocking. We only have 6 months left, but that's just what I'm feeling. All right, Ace of Pentacles, 10 of Pentacles, influenced by 10 of Pentacles and the Hanged One. I just feel like if you don't do it now, when will you do it? That's exactly what this feels like. And you look at where you've been and say, I can't sit here for another day. My ass hurts, you know? I can't do it. I just can't do it. And it's this gust of energy and you're riding that like a wave, the wave of change in here. Ace of Pentacles, influenced by the 10 of Pentacles. Okay, what was that? 10 of Pentacles come flying out. Sometimes it just comes out of nowhere, you know? 10 of Pentacles on the 10 of Pentacles. Leo, this is definitely a lot of stability. 10 of Pentacles doesn't always mean a lot of money, but it's definitely more than what you got going. It all depends on the effort you want to put in. There is absolutely no reason you can't have $1 billion, and there's no reason you can't have $1 million. There's no reason you can't have $100,000. No reason you can't have $500. It's all about your perspective, how you want to see things, and what kind of energy do you want to apply to it. This is no energy. This is just thinking about it. I know I can do it, but maybe I'll do it tomorrow. Well, tomorrow it has turned into yesterday already, and it hasn't happened. This is realizing that and being like, I can't, no. It literally looks like you're turning back time, like your share over here. And if we could only turn back time, this is where the energy's at. All right. I say that to my kids all the time. If you sit there and survey 40-year-olds and 50-year-olds, I do ask people a lot. I'm the type that I'll just start talking to anybody, anywhere, anytime, airplanes, grocery stores. I will have like these deep conversations. I have no problem talking to people. And so that comes up a lot. Like, if you could change anything, what would you change? Everybody, I would say 9 out of 10 people said I would have focused more in school. I would have not put so much attention into what people think. I would have put my time into what really mattered, because they would just have a different life. And I say that to my kids all the time. You think you have all the time in the world, and many things you do, but in some things you got one shot. And that's high school. You do. You screw up your GPA and you're going to be trying to, you know, it's not like it's at the end of the world, but you're already putting yourself behind there. All right, 10 of Pentacles. I don't know why I got into all that. 10 of Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles, influenced by the 10 of Pentacles and the Hanged One. All right. Why the 10 of Pentacles? on the 10 of Pentacles. You have 20 Pentacles, Leo. You're breaking so many rules and standards that tarot doesn't have a 20 Pentacles. And Leo says, yes, it does, because I just created it. 5 of Wands reversed in the 4 of Pentacles. 5 of Wands reversed in the 4 of Pentacles. I feel like this is you no longer talking about it. 5 of Wands reverse is if somebody has... 5 of Wands can be stress and fights, right? It could be tension. Tension can actually come from within. It could be tension from the competition. So because of, and even though it's a 5 of Wands reverse, but I feel like what is being released, it's almost a release because you're no longer worried about the competition. You're no longer worried about what people are thinking. You don't even care if they have to say any negativity about it. Because whatever's been going on, you've been here. 4 of Pentacles and a 4 of Cups. It'd be great if you can add life together and somehow come up with an 8, right? At least an 8 is dynamic. It's moving forward. It's building. It's patient. It's day after day. But this is stagnant. Stagnant because we've been stagnant in our emotions. We've been stagnant in our energy. And because we've been stagnant in those two things, our money's been stagnant. So how do you change this 4 of Pentacles? How do you turn this into a 10 over here? How do you do it? You have to get her upright, Queen of Wands. And I feel like you have to get your Queen of Swords out of here. She's not here yet, but your Queen of Swords. And some of you, it may not be negative people. You might have a supportive family, but this might be within yourself. And that would make sense why Queen of Swords isn't out, but a Queen of Wands reverse is because you might have people saying, Leo, it doesn't matter how old you are. I've always known this about you, but you maybe not have known it about yourself. And when you really, I think a lot of times when you really want to do something, let's say clean your house, let's say save money, let's say lose weight, let's say travel, it seems like we do the exact opposite. Have you ever done that? It's like, yeah, I'm going to lose 10 pounds and then also me. Here's this ice cream cone. It's kind of like it's negative coping mechanisms because you want something so bad. It's like then the festers in anxiety, and then what suppresses immediately in anxiety? A negative coping mechanism. That's where people, go to drinking and they go to these negative things to make them feel, make themselves feel better instantly, because what they really want is an instant. That's the Virgo energy. What you really want, you do know it's going to take effort. It's going to take time. And some of you are just like, I just don't feel it. Life is I feel beaten down already, and I'm only like 7 years old. That's true. And I think everybody's been there. But if you want to break free from this stagnancy, it's your own energy. It's your fire energy. That is the single. Even this Ace of Pentacles is nothing if somebody didn't come and plant it into the ground and water it. That's your fire. Your fire is what makes a lot of this work, because you can have the idea, you can have the passion, you can even have, you even know how to do it. But if you don't apply any action whatsoever, nothing works. Nothing happens. And I feel like you've been a Leo, kind of just silly, fish slapped by life, And so you've been trying to make do with less than, if that makes sense, if it's a relationship or within a job. Awakening. Why is that? Judgment. The Empress reverse and the Hanged Woman. Stuck energy. Lack of expansion. And because we are not doing our fire sign selves, that's really where anxiety, depression, and sadness can live. It's because we internally, intuitively feel a higher version of ourselves already exists out there. We dream of it. We feel it pulling us. But yet the life and stress and anxiety and tiredness keeps us here thinking about it. And that's exactly what procrastination is. I mean, you can think to death over having to clean something, right? To the point where it can go a week or two later. And it's the anxiety that takes up so much energy. If you didn't think about it and you just as you're talking on the phone, have you ever been so productive when you're not thinking about it? And talking on the phone is a good example, because if you're talking, you're not thinking about it and you're just starting doing. And then when you get off the phone, you realize you just accomplished so much that you've been thinking about. It's because when we're in our minds, it creates so much stress and anxiety. Sometimes you just have to get on that chariot and go, you know, you just have to do it. That's just what I'm feeling. It is. Empress reverse and the Hangman. Feeling very stuck, but really craving for something more. You're at the top of that roller coaster. Kind of not believing that you're going to be safe if you go down, but you really don't want to go back either. What's that Queen of Wands reverse in the past? Who is this old Leo in the past? It's Aries, but let's pretend it's you. It is. It is. It's. I feel like all of, and the Four of Wands, more Aries. Maybe it is an Aries in your past. I feel like whatever. If this is with yourself or if this is somebody else, you can't go back. It's not there to go back to because you don't see it the same way. That's the judgment is here. You don't see this person or that foundation or that job the same for you to even go back. You already don't fit there. That's why we are just going to put that over here because it's really not part of the story. What is the Three of Swords on your mind? So why is this festering? What is with this festering? And look at this Three of Swords. I don't feel like this is a relationship. At least I'm not feeling the majority of it. It's the pain of not freeing yourself. See the bird? The bird can just fly away and yet it chooses to stay there in the agony. What's the Three of Swords, Libra energy? On your mind, Three of Swords on your mind. Is it Georgia on your mind? Three of Swords, what is that? It's the Tower reverse. Avoiding what though? Tower reverse, Scorpio card and Aries. What are they avoiding? What are Leos avoiding with this Three of Swords? I feel like the Three of Swords is because you're avoiding something. Avoiding change, avoiding ending something, avoiding moving on, avoiding, what is it? What are you avoiding on their mind? Ten of Swords. That's interesting because this is a very important card. This is that precipice, okay? You can stay on these swords where it's highly painful, highly uncomfortable, and stay in the storm. But right after this is an Ace of Swords. Remember that was at the bottom of the deck. Right after a 10 is an Ace. It's not a 10 of Swords reverse. It is an upright. Some of you could be the fear of the unknown because there's the Death card. Eight of Cups reverse and the Five of Pentacles. I think it's within yourselves, Leo. I do. I don't even think it's a person that's anchoring you. I think it's your own fears, or not that you can't do it, but what is it going to look like, you know? It's interesting. Why the Ten of Swords, Gemini energy? Why the Ten of Swords? Why the Ten of Swords? And the Knight of Swords reverse. Look at all the swords. We have the 3, Libra. We have the 10, Gemini, and we have the Knight reversed, Gemini. And it's interesting because that's the position of being in your head. Those cards are literally being in your head. And I feel like you're avoiding actually doing it because you are in your head over something. You're over-analyzing something to death. Trying to get clarity on it. What is this Ace of Pentacles? And I feel like it's a big decision, no doubt. It's either leaving a relationship or leaving a job or going to something new or starting your own business. It's a huge event in your life. What is this? I'm going to do Ace of Pentacles, the World reverse. I honestly, the feeling I'm getting is you crave for something more, but you're almost too tired to even do it. That's what that feels like. 2 of Cups reverse, 4 Cups. I don't want this relationship, but the change, the divorce, then we split everything, and then there's so much to figure out. Is it really worth it? That's kind of like the 4 Cups. Is it really worth it? Is that Ace of Pentacles really worth it for me to get up? What's this 4 Cups, 2 of Cups reverse in the near future? Is it worth ending this? 8 of Swords reverse. I like that. That's getting out of your head, right? 8 of Swords reverse is no longer feeling like you don't have control over a situation. You always have control. You do. The 8 of Swords is a trait, and I like that it was reversed. Let's highlight that one more time. Gemini energy, it's reversed. So you're stepping out of that self-made prison. But the 8 of Swords upright is a funny, funny energy because it's when you make something worse than it really is. Because if you make it worse than it really is, you feel like you're so powerless to actually change it with that Tower reverse. I can't change anything, so why should I even speak up? Why should I even say something? Why should I even do something? Nothing's going to change. Because that's your safety mechanism. That's your Queen of Swords reverse working there, and King of Swords reverse. They want to keep you within, so safe. They want you to believe that there's no possibility that what you're going to do or say is going to change the outcome, so therefore you don't have to try. That's why you don't want to see things worse than it is. That's an Eight of Swords. Seeing it worse than it is, feeling like you have no power to change it. You're seeing it clearly with this, even though it's a Three of Swords, and I said your Queen of Swords isn't out here, but by default it sort of is, because a 3 is the Queen of Swords. And I feel like you are seeing it clearly. You know what you have to do. You know what you have to do. Mr. King of Wands and Ms. King of Wands reverse. Seven of Cups reverse. Getting clear of what is not. Are you really confused, or are you not looking? Is he really confused, or is he not even looking at the cup? He's not looking at the cup. So that's like the Seven of Cups is kind of confusion. But it's not confusion if you're choosing not to even look at the problem. But I feel like you're starting to look at the problem, why your life's upside down. Why your money's not going anywhere. Why is my happiness so fleeting? Why is there, more dark days than happy days? Not the TV show. That was a great TV show. But the King of Wands reverse. Why the King of Wands reverse here? Why the King of Wands reverse on the Seven of Cups reverse? I feel like it's being clear on what you need to do. We had the Queen of Wands reverse here. We had the King of Wands reverse here. Let's say these are all Leo. It could be a relationship. It could be a marriage, Queen and King. But let's look at it as Leo themselves. That's your feminine energy. That's your masculine energy. They're both reverse. One has to be upright to try to pick the other one off the ground. That's how I look at this Four of Cups and this Ten of Pentacles. I feel like if this is your masculine energy, your feminine energy, if it was upright, it would say, hey, here's a hand up. Let me help you up. And that becomes a Six of Pentacles. A hand to help up, even if it's within yourself. But when you have two of your masculine, feminine energies within yourself, both negative, you feel like it's powerless to try to change it. Somehow, some way, there's a Leo in the dead center, like a loophole, saying, no, I know what's clear. What's clear is I can't stay in this situation. That is clear to me. So now what do I have to do about it? Knight of Swords reverse comes in, and that gets a little clear. It's still not super clear, but it's getting a little clear that something's got to get cut out. What needs to be cut out? Whatever is not getting you in the Ten of Cups, but keeping you in the Three of Swords. Is it a job you don't want to go to? Why is it? Why are you in there? Is it just the money? Is that the only job left in the world that you can do? Is it a business that you really have, you could really make a lot of money in? But yeah, it's going to take effort. But it's not the effort that's going to bring you a Three of Swords. It's the effort that you can't wait to wake up to. Not all effort's the same. Not all work is the same level, because here you can have a job that's easy or hard, but if you're like this, no wonder your money is also a Four of Pentacles. There's no passion behind it anymore. But you put passion, a Ten of Pentacles, a Ten of Cups with a Ten of Pentacles, you can work 19 hours, 20 hours a day, but you like what you're doing. It's not work anymore. If this is a relationship, you're just trying to make the best of an empty situation. That's probably the best way to put it. What is Leo going to do in the near future? What are my Leos going to do in the near future? What are my Leos going to do in the near future? What are my Leos going to do? Knight of Cups. Finding the love again. Maybe you have a new love pulling you out of an existing relationship. And let's get real. Let's be adults here. Usually that's how it works. It really is. You know why? Because a lot of humans have so much guilt of being in a okay relationship, but there's no reason to leave it. Or an unhappy relationship, but there's no reason to leave it, as if unhappiness isn't reason enough. Have you ever heard that, where somebody's just always looks sad and they're like, what's wrong? And when they start talking about their relationship, they're like, well, he is a hard worker. I should be lucky. Or she is really good to me. I should be lucky. It's all these reasons of why they should stay, but none of it is the real, because they don't see a reason they're allowed to leave by society. But love seems to be the key. And that's why a lot of people, that's what usually is the trigger point. This is the waking up point. This is waking you up. This is a new love or a new opportunity, or even within you with a new business. It woke you up with the Judgment card to say, you know what? I can't go back to that for a way of life, Fours should be, they're all about stability. It's the four corners of ourselves. You know, tarot loves squares. They love fours. The hangman makes the number 4 with his legs. He's trying to figure out the best way he can pull the most stability. But the fours you got is stagnant with the 4 of Pentacles and the 4 of Cups of being unhappy with the stagnancy. So you're waking up to this, I can't go back to the 4 of Pentacles way of life, holding on to almost nothing, worried I'm going to lose that too. I just feel like you're waking up to love. You're waking up to whatever this is. It's either within you. I think it's definitely within you, but it's either came from an outside source as in a new relationship or an urgency that if it's within a business or a job, that's a change has to happen because you can't do that 4 of Cups anymore. And how do you get out of the 4 of Cups? You have to get yourself upright. And I say this a lot in my reads, and it's so true. Whenever there is a lesson that is happening, and lessons are usually painful, it's a struggle, and I don't mean just in love, I mean where you don't have enough money to pay the bills, you can't stand the first of the month, your job is not what it is, your relationships aren't what it is, everything seems to kind of be caving in on you. That's God's way of trying to get your attention. Your God is saying, wake up, Leo, wake up, you don't belong here. And that's when the Chariot is here, right? Wasn't the Chariot out? The Chariot was out here somewhere. That's when the Chariot arrives and says, hey, hop in. It's like a quick getaway. Hop in. Let me take you where you really belong. I feel like you're at the 10s of your life. You're at the end of a cycle of saying, you know, this was cool and all, but I can't do this anymore. This will be a good lesson and a good story one day, but it's got to change. And I feel like, so God is pressuring somebody who's a King of Wands reverse because they have allowed fears and what people think and lack of self-belief guide them. And I think when you have, when you've had enough, that's when you decide to stand on your own 2 feet and you start fighting back in life, right? Fighting for you again. And that's what this is about. And when you do this, it's amazing how things start to come together. And some of you, like I said, that's a new love relationship highlighting what is not working, but also within yourself. It's giving you self-belief again. So I do feel like a Leo's life is wildly changing, but for some of you Leos, it's coming in different ways. Big change on the way. Some of you, this is about leaving an old relationship, and there's going to be, I think, a lot of endings. I think it might be relationship and job. It could be new relationship and a new business, for instance. But there's something you've been putting off for way too long, and I feel like it's going to be no more. All right, my Leos, have a fantastic rest of your week and weekend. And I don't know, can I do bonus reads? That is way to be determined if I'll do bonus reads. I never know, especially when I'm traveling, what is going on. If I'm like at the hotel room and I'm like, okay, I'll do them. So we shall see. You might be surprised. All righty, my loves. I love you guys to death. Have a great, great week. Take care.